microphone lady, and she will bring you the mic.
Mr. Speaker, I heard a couple of weeks ago that the U.S. Drug consumer buys $40 billion worth of illegal drugs a year, 90% of which come from Mexico. It seems incongruous that you'd be supposedly working with the Mexican government to try to stem the tide of drugs in, when $36 billion a year to the economy has got to be one of the most important sources of income to them. And would a substitute of our providing the Mexican government with significant financing be a way to go about turning off their desire to have this $36 billion worth of revenue coming in illegally?
Well, first of all, the Mexican government doesn't get that revenue. That goes to the cartels. Second, the amount of money that is sent to Mexico by workers in America legally, sending back money, the remittances are massively bigger than that. I mean, if you look at the total amount of money that is sent to Mexico by Mexicans working in the United States, it is enormous. Third, the Mexican government is engaged in an absolute all-out war against the drug dealers. I mean, more people have been killed in Mexico in the last 3 years than have been killed in Iraq. It's just the American news media doesn't want to report it in a coherent manner. 13 people were killed in the city of Juarez yesterday, directly across the border from El Paso. I mean, this is an ongoing civil war. And it's been going on for 3 solid years. And President Calderon is showing enormous courage and is under constant death threats. And I think faces a very real danger of being assassinated. I think it's much closer to where Colombia was 12 or 14 years ago, where you literally have the danger of having a drug, an entire country run by drug dealers. The first thing, there are 2 things we need to understand about our responsibility. The first is we ought to control the border. And there are only drugs coming into the United States because the United States tolerates drugs coming in. The second is we ought to control our own purchases. You know, the Mexicans aren't up here forcing us to buy $40 billion a year. We are begging them to send us the drugs. And I do agree with Secretary Clinton the other week when she said, the starting point of this problem is American purchases. Starting point of Afghanistan's problem is European purchases. Whether the number is 90% or not, I'm not sure. That may include transit rights. A substantial amount of the drugs actually come out of Latin America. But we have done such a good job of closing down the ocean routes and the air routes that a lot more are transshipped across Mexico than were 10 years ago. Because it's much more dangerous now to send them by ship or by airplane. But I think that our view ought to be, we're going to clean up, we're going to dry up American purchases, we're going to seal off the border, and we will provide whatever level of assistance in intelligence, training, and other equipment that the Mexicans need to win their own war. And you got to do that carefully because the Mexican government can never be seen to be the puppet of the United States. And you have to be.
Tax on. Do you think we should? You want to add a 25% surcharge, like crack pipes and bonds and things like that, as a way to decrease their ability to sort of buy them? Do you think that the Republicans should support that, and that would be effective to help?
Look, I'm generally against tax increases, but there are moments you can get them to say yes. Although I do for a lot more than 25%.
That's the guy over there that's doing it.
Oh, that's good.
That's Darryl Rousseau.
You didn't go back and tell the delegation I said I'm with you.
Mr. Speaker, I was wondering if you could speak on some of the statistics say there's a trend from illegal drugs to prescription